at this team. Look at this team.
Go.
We're looking good. We're looking good.
All right, here we go.
Knock it down.
Okay. First shot of the day. Okay.
Good shot right there.
Naomi not playing around.
First shot of the day.
Take that.
Shot,
Thank
boom.
you. Appreciate you.
Good shot.
Just switch me every time, boom.
I got
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the point guard position. And for the Celtics. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Horford in at the 5 down low. And we may have a track meet, Clark, here tonight. We were just talking about this. These two teams that love to get out and run.
You know, Kevin, I love these kind of games because really I think basketball is meant to be played at a fast pace. I really do. I mean, fans enjoy it, but the players do too. And obviously, us broadcasters like to see it up and down as well. Boy, down low, Randall can throw those 250 LBs around and create havoc. Tough for the defense to slow him down.
The shot by Holiday, no good. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Edwards kicks to Conley. Out to the right wing. McDaniels gets a wide open look. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make threes. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
Sinks the three-pointer.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
Stay clear of Gobert on the dunk now. The force he goes to the rim with is mighty.
Tatum dishes to Horford. Gobert with the block. And they'll keep possession. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Timberwolves have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Horford against Gobert. Here's Randle. Banked in off the glass. Randle's got his second basket.
Red hot so far. 4 for 4. Cooking with gas. Couldn't draw it up any better.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
McDaniels passes to Randle. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
And now, the first time out called here for Boston. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena. And they proved it that game.
They are in the top 10 in three-point shooting. Just enough touch from beyond to keep you honest.
And being up there in the top 5 in opponent shooting percentage, that's strong defense. And it isn't because of 1 or 2 lockdown guys. It's the work they do as a unit. Here's Keita. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. It's White on the wing. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Outstanding concentration that time by White on the take. Played through the contact and scored.
Out to Conley. Swiped it away. Porzingis passes to White. Celtics passing it around. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
How about Porzingis? Shrugging off the contact. That work in the weight room paying off.
In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me. Not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
You also have to admire how they challenge the defense in the paint.
Now Brown following the miss by Julius Randle from deep. And now the Timberwolves on the break. McDaniels passes to Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Rising up for the throwdown. Major hops from Edwards.
Celtics trail by 3. Outside Tatum. To the middle. Here's Queta. The kick out to Tatum. Outside White. From outside the arc. Rebound Minnesota. McDaniels in the post. He gets that one. McDaniels got 5 now.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Now, here's McDaniels. Jason Tatum missing his last shot.
You know, once he has the positioning he wants, he's ready for the big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
Porzingis getting it over. Passes to Tatum. Here's Queta. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to the Raptors in Toronto.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively. And gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort. And I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. It's their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, the sample size wasn't that big. I mean, 2 games, not a lot to go on. But they are 2 teams at the top of the pile in each of their conferences. And because of that, I expect them to be competitive.
Let's bring out the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. Number 1, the Celtics.
You really got to admire their conditioning. I mean, it takes a major commitment to play that fast-breaking style, and they are all in.
Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Alexander Walker. It's hauled in by Brown. Celtics trail by 7. From 15 feet away, connects the jumper drops.
Well, that's just an indefensible shot that time. I mean, Holiday going deep into his bag on that shot.
Island with it. Hasn't made one yet. No good on the triple. On the wing, Holiday. Defended by DiVincenzo. Randle grabs the board.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Here's Queta. Offline with his 3. Timberwolves leading by 5. The 3. Second chance shot. The rebound by Queta.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
With 1 on the clock, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Julius Randle getting it done for Minnesota. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. The guards are Pritchard and White. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
For Boston, they have shot just one free throw, missing that one early. With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and roll.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks. Now here's White. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. Here's Pritchard. Count it.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Now here's Conley. Guarded closely. Here's Gobert. To the left side wing. And the wide open shot from Reed. Nailed from three-point land.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team. That's why they're ahead.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Boston. Solid start to the season so far, sitting in 6th place.
And you know, for the Celtics, they're placing themselves right among the league's top teams here in the early start. It doesn't look to me like they're in any danger of getting off to a slow start.
They've eliminated that possibility in my eyes. I mean, they've come together quickly, and I think they're going to be right in the playoff mix all season.
Here's Gobert. Dishes it to McDaniels. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
And now a look at Jason Tatum. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. And he's a devastating finisher on the inside. The best field goal percentage in the league.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Now here's Conley. His last outing, he had 8 points. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul.
Personal foul.
That'll be his second foul of the game. Gobert finds McDaniel. Here's Conley. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have. Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. No good from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Tatum against Gobert. Tatum no good. Timberwolves leading by 8. Here's Edwards. Edwards with the dunk of the night.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the rafters.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Anthony Edwards is a classic 2-guard, Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
It's stolen by Edwards. Here's Conley, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Conley's a guy that leads by example, and as a result, his teammates respect and trust him completely.
Randall's checked in for the Timberwolves.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Here's Hauser. Scoreless thus far. Here's White. Here's Horford. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. A shot by Pritchard, no good. Timberwolves leading by 9. And the call on the shot that sends it into the line. Mark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe it. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Here's Hauser, and here's Tatum for 3.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Now here's McDaniel. He's guarded closer, and it's good. 2 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Out to the right wing. Hauser the pass to White. Hits the 3-point bomb. White's got 8.
Well, it's so good to see White growing in confidence with his offensive game and not hesitating at all to shoot the perimeter shot.
Conley's shot is off. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. It's a 10-point game. Pass to White. There's the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Conley for 3.
And look at Tatum turning up the defensive intensity, outworking the shooter.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Jason Tatum. Brown comes in for Derek White. And it's Holiday in for Pritchard. The Timberwolves also with the sub. DiVincenzo's checked in. Here's Brown. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Brown is so creative at picking apart the defense with his ball handle. You gotta love how clever he is with the ball.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. And now look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Friday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
And for their matchup with Cleveland, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And DiVincenzo able to stretch the floor, spread the defense out, especially with how accurate he is from deep.
Cornett kicks to Brown. The pass to Cornett. Good.
It really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Here's DiVincenzo. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Poked away, taken away by Holiday. Here's Horford. Here's Hauser. Holiday controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
The Timberwolves been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. The first free throw is good.
Shooting from Minnesota, Anthony.
He's perfect from the line this time. So it's the Celtics now. Brown outside. Drains the three-pointer. Brown's got 5 now. And so it's Minnesota in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. They'll get you back to the action after this break.
46. And your Celtics.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Bernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet. Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. A fantastic first quarter from Julius Randle. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
They're going to work in the paint. Doing a great job. A good portion of their offense was generated inside. Really outperformed their opponent in that aspect. I expect the defense to back it in a little more in the second half. Trying to force them to stay outside.
Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, they had a tough half defensively, and they weren't rotating. Guys were open. They weren't rotating their shoes. In fact, they weren't even moving their feet. And the offense took advantage of that. So they got to go back to the fundamentals if they want to get back in this game.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Timberwolves leading by 9. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with McDaniels. And it's Gobert in at the center, locking down the middle. Rebound, Boston. Tatum's got 5 rebounds tonight. Boston's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Fires for 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
This is why Tatum is a superstar. His confidence in shooting the ball right away, quick release, money.
Edwards loves it in there.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Celtics trail by 8. Outside Holiday. Back to White. It's deflected. It's stolen by Edwards. To the paint, shoots, it's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 4 assists in the game.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
Now here's Brown, 5 points in the game. Outside Holiday, it's hauled in by Edwards. And here's Edwards, he'll bring it up for Minnesota. Led by as many as 14 points. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's White. Here's Horford. Another shot. Gobert with the block.
So good at finding these swats. Gobert loves reaching out and sending them away.
Timberwolves leading by 10. Here's Conley. The putback. And they'll get another chance.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else.
Timeout called the Celtics. And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Kate is checked in, and Porzingis subbed in for Derek White. Timberwolves also changing it up. Reed comes in for Gobert, and Bones Highland subbed in for Edwards. Back to Holiday. The Celtics working the ball around now. Outside, Porzingis, 6 to shoot. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Showing why he's an elite talent. Porzingis making difficult physical finishes look effortless.
He's 0-1 from the line, missing on his first trip. That free throw good from Porzingis. Timberwolves leading by 9. Randle passes to Reed. Randle down low, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Just an attacker is Randle. Always seems like he's being sent to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one at the line is good.
2 shots.
Both free throws good from Randle.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Holiday with the three. Highland with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
Hey, how about that defensive hustle by Jaylen Brown? I mean, just not giving this man any room to feel comfortable.
Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, you know, aside from some of the player protection rules, which have been a benefit, a lot of it just comes down to what the body can withstand.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniel.
Alexander Walker.
And now we go to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. Number 1, the Celtics.
And that's the way they have to play in order to win. They've got rebounders, so they've got to go after those second and third opportunities whenever they can.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Out to Porzingis. Outside Tatum. There's Tatum's range on display.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, as long as he keeps knocking them down, they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason to let it run dry. Keep firing that thing.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniel said, we don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team. Super tough. Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Here's Brown. Michael Conley making his last shot. 5 on the clock. Porzingis can't get it to fall.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Celtics. Richard comes in for Tatum. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Pritchard passes to Porzingis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you know, when healthy, Porzingis is a problem. This guy is so hard to match up against because of his skill and his size.
The Celtics making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. Here he goes. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
From Peyton Pritchard.
And so it's Highland who brings the ball up for Minnesota. They've led by as many as 14 points. Fires from deep. Minnesota again turning it over.
First and rebound. And they're also #1 in distributing the basketball. A testament to their supreme unselfishness and the passing talent of their floor leaders.
But, Greg, you can throw out all the other stats and rankings. Their scoring is what makes them special. Plain and simple. Whitey's checked in for the Celtics. 1:51 left to play here in the third. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Third team foul. Celtics foul.
In a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
They bully the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
You know something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And so it's Boston with it. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. A three from Porzingis. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Alexander Walker. Makes it off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Here's DiVincenzo. Following the basket by Derek White. Pass to Reed. Down low. And finished off by Gobert.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And here's Holiday. Stats on him, he's averaging 9 points a game. Cornette can't get it to go. And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. He will go to the line to shoot 2. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half. And that's taking care of business, fellas.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And so it's Minnesota holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their defense has been active and effective. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Celtics trail by 11. And it's time for an injury report. And let's get an update on Jaden McDaniels' injury with David Aldridge.
Guys, I had a moment to catch up with Minnesota's head athletic trainer. He told me that there is tendonitis in the knee, and it's causing him a lot of problems. Pain has just become too much. These early season injuries are tough to come back from, and it will force them to change the rotation. They'll have to switch up all of those off-season plans to see what changes they make. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
The guards are Pritchard and White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Horford at the 5, patrolling the paint. That's the Boston 5.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Randall against Tatum. Feeds it to Horford. It's stolen by Gobert. Edwards against Brown. Edwards can't hit.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Horford, no luck.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far. One of the best lob partners in the business, Rudy Gobert.
Here's Pritchard, covered by Conley. On the wing, DiVincenzo. He doesn't hit that one. White with the defensive effort. Tatum dishes to Brown. Buries it from three-point range.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment.
Minnesota calls timeout.
For Boston's own Celtics Entertainment.
A whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. Now, he heaped praise on the defense. He said the pressure's great. I love it. Keep making them make mistakes, guys. It's working. He thinks they're on the right track here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Minnesota leading by 16 to the inside. Here's Randall. Rebounded by Hauser. The Celtics have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one made, and the shot goes down.
From Luke Barnett.
And it's Conley with the ball for Minnesota. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Porzingis to 2. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Boy, that is some kind of heads-up basketball from Holiday. He does not sleep on the wide-open man and found him perfect.
Drew Holiday, 4th personal foul.
That free throw, no good.
Shooting from Minnesota, Dante DiVincenzo.
He hits the second from the line.
Boy, the upside DiVincenzo has is obvious. I mean, now it's up to him to continue working on his game and keep getting better.
Here's Cornette. Outside, Porzingis. Pocket 6. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
You know, guys, KP sometimes is just overwhelming. I mean, when he gets good positioning, he sometimes just forces the defense to foul.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for Minnesota. Alexander Walker comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. Holiday with the defensive effort. Celtics trail by 11. From deep three-point land, Minnesota with the rebound. Edwards got his 4th rebound in this one.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right.
Another dime in the stellar career of dime dropping by Mike Conley. I tell you, he's dropped thousands of dimes in his career.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Rudy Gobert.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
Without his heroics here tonight, this could have been a second straight loss for him. But he was sensational. And instead of a losing streak, he may have them headed in the opposite direction now. And here's Edwards following Jaylen Brown's 3. And Derek White picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Up top, Edwards. He's covered by Brown. Porzingis with the block.
Hey, with that length, Porzingis is always a threat to block shots. I mean, when he matches that length with really good energy and awareness, he can be a good defender.
It's Brown with the drive.
Oh, my God, very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Boston foul. Jason Tatum, 3rd personal foul, 3rd team foul.
He's off on the first.
And, you know, the impressive ascension of Randall has been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, he's a double-double threat who plays with relentless energy.
Celtics trail by 12. Left side, Brown. Holiday trying to free himself up. And the basket by Tatum.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Well, for the Celtics, this one not looking good. It goes in.
I tell you what, a move like that, hard to the bucket, always going to get your teammates excited and up off the bench.
58 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and with the bonus, will be headed to the free throw. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Yeah, he's one of the last quintessential pure point guards. Mike Conley, steady as they come, looks for others first. He wants to make passes before he scores. He's a guy you love to have as a teammate.
Now here is Conley following the miss by Porzingis. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo.